Alright, this is Carl at Ginger Oak Detailing, hope you're well. This is part 2 of the 650 Vulcan full detail. This is very in-depth detail, probably a little bit further than we usually go, but it's something what needs doing. As you see in the last video, the rust is pretty extensive. So in this video we're going to be stripping all the old paint off, acid treating the rust, and then applying a cerakote. A cerakote is a military grade spray. In this case it'll be what I call H series, which is basically a non-bake cerakote. I usually use a C series, which is a bake, a little bit harder. But on this instance we can't strip the bike any further than we already have, so we're having to do the bike as it is. In the upcoming film you'll see the cerakote is applied. It's black velvet, which is a really good match to the original colour. Also I've slightly tinted it for the swing arm because that was a slightly different colour. I think it came out really well. And then I've started detailing the bolts. They've been black oxide treated. You'll see them in the tumbler getting stripped and black oxided. Got it all back together now, so tomorrow I'm going to bring it into this shed and I'll be finishing the detail off, doing the clean side of the detail, getting in the engine, polishing all the other little bits and bobs, the nuts and bolts that we haven't got to, and that'll be pretty much done. I hope you like the video. I'll talk you through the film and the pictures, and hopefully you'll see what we do here. Thanks a lot. Here we're just giving the rear subframe and the swing arm a quick steam clean. This is to get all the grease off, or any loose rust and all the other contaminants, so we don't drive it into the bare steel once we start stripping it. Here you can see the pitting underneath the subframe. Got all the top of the subframe stripped, started to acid treat. All the inside of the subframe's done. As you can see, the swing arm, quite a lot of rust near where the mounting points for the suspension are. Here's part of the mud guard and the numplate retaining bracket. You can see how pebble dashed it really is. So that's 2 coats of cerakote applied, very thinly, just enough to give protection. Also the top of the shock has also been cerakoted, getting rid of all the rust. Whilst I was finishing the cerakoting off, I chucked all the nuts and bolts in the tumbler with some degreaser so they could be getting nice and clean, ready for the black oxide dip. Well, it's time to start putting the bike back together, so give the plastics a good clean. Here's some G101 and we'll give it an agitate with our faithful brush. As you can see, I should have used the tripod here. I'm trying to do it one-handed, not the best, but you get the idea. Just giving that a dry off now, just checking I haven't missed any bits. Don't ever be frightened to go back over it again if you need to. Well, the plastic tray's in, so it's time to tidy the electrics up. I'm using some APC and some terminal cleaner, old toothbrush and a microfiber. Nothing flashy. Just trying to make it look as nice as possible, get it nice and factory. Most of this stuff will never get seen again because it's under the seat, but worth doing. Well, that's all the wiring squared away. Everything's cleaned up now, ready for the panels. I'll put the panels on and then tomorrow it'll be into the shed for the final detail. Well, that's pretty much it for part 2. So in part 3 we'll be bringing it into this shed to do the paintwork detail, the engine detail, the wheels, just finish off any other little bits and bobs. That'll be released in the next couple of days I expect. Please subscribe, catch you all later, stay safe.